My research is documenting my family's stories. My family are the Dharawal people of the Sydney region here, and we've been here for as long as we know. My family are on the front line of colonisation, and a lot of our stories have been silenced through colonisation over the last 200 and nearly 30 years. My research is decolonising those knowledges. I'm using Indigenous research methodologies and Dharawal storytelling methodology to decolonise those knowledges and to let everybody know who we are and where we've been for so long. Tonight I'd like to tell you a story that arises actually from my initial findings. And the story is about my father, who is that little boy that you can see in the very front of that photo behind me. My father was born in the 1940s, which is known now as the assimilation period of colonisation here in Sydney. He was born into La Perouse community, a mission just south of where we are right now. And he was raised around aunties and uncles and cousins and language and culture and stories and knowledge. For my father, his father was an Aboriginal man, strong man in culture and song, but his mother was white. That meant that in the eyes of the government, my father was a half-caste. He was a mixed blood, and the only outcome for him was to assimilate into white society. So it was very unsafe for my father to be in the La Perouse community, so the family kept moving around. And they found themselves in Herne Bay, a mission on Saltpan Creek, which is now known as Riverwood. And that's where this photo's been taken, sitting on the front steps with his brother and sister. Half-caste children waiting for a housing commission house. You see, the government wanted to entice Aboriginal families into housing commission houses, to keep an eye on them and to watch what the mixed bloods were doing, to make sure that the mixed bloods and the half-castes were marrying other white people and creating children that would look like me. My father's family, having a white mother and an Aboriginal father, were dumped in the middle of a white suburb under a policy called the salt and pepper technique of assimilation. If both of your parents were Aboriginal, you were sent out to Blacktown, what we knew then as the Blacks' Town, thus the name. So my father grew up amongst all white people in intense racism, abuse, violence. He only lasted till year 7 at high school. His whole entire life was spelt out because of what happened to him through these processes of assimilation. And I now have to explain to him through my research that I've found out that his whole entire life has been orchestrated by those policies of assimilation, that he unknowingly fed right into their hands and married a white woman so that they'd have children that looked just like me. But what the government didn't count on was that you can breed out the colour in our skin, but you cannot breed out the culture in our hearts and minds, that there's no way our stories will die while I stand here today. Thank you.